Yeah, no. There has been just little ones this week. You know, that's so bad with the kids.
Hey, Paul, what are we waiting for? Hey, Jeff.
I did games up in Watertown, which is so bad. So at least you're on top of the hill at Taft. Have you been to that field? Taft?
No.
Really nice baseball.
Hey, Jeff. Paul, what are we waiting for? Then move.
Yeah, fire. Oh, this guy, yeah.
Your attention, please. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bill Pomfret Stadium at Palmer Field and game number 2 of the Southern Division Super Regional. First, let's meet the head coach from Trumbull, Jack McFarland. Assistant coach Bob Serentino and assistant coach Mark Windsor. Here are the non-starters. Number 44, Mike D'Agostino. Number 14, Jared Rosen. And number 34, Dan Keckler. And the starting lineup. Batting first, second baseman, number 1, Dustin Segura. Batting second, first baseman, number 8, Vin DeRubius. Batting third, shortstop, number 2, Jack Lynch. Batting fourth, catcher, number 24, Alex Rosso. Batting fifth, center fielder, number 27, Tommy Sochi. Batting sixth, right fielder, number 17, Dan Ruchalski. Batting seventh, pitcher, number 57, Andrew Loiko. Batting eighth, left fielder, number 18, Dan Cellini. And batting ninth, third baseman, number 5, Jake Cheshire. Now let's meet the head coach from Cheshire, John Escata. Assistant coach Kevin Strollo. And assistant coach Keith Purcell. Here are the non-starters. Number 22, Adam Gaudette. Number 20, Evan Sokolek. Number 9, Gary Costello. And number 12, Ryan Mosteller. And the starting lineup. Batting first, center fielder, number 15, Ryan Strollo. Batting second, second baseman, number 3, Ben Skina. Batting third, shortstop, number 2, Altrin Kabashi. Batting fourth, first baseman, number 5, Nick Sansone. Batting fifth, catcher, number 6, Brendan Clark. Batting sixth, right fielder, number 10, Connor Davey. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 17, Ryan Sear. Batting eighth, left fielder, number 13, Eli Batapaglia. Batting ninth, third baseman, number 26, Ian Batapaglia. Pitching for Cheshire is number 1, Mike Hickey. Here are the umpires for this afternoon's game. At third base is Mr. Leo Baza. At first base is Mr. Pat McCone, and behind the plate is Mr. Matt McShane. Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the area in front of the mound. Larry Riley, the commander of Middletown Post 75, will deliver the American Legion Code of Sportsmanship.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Move your hats and repeat after me. I will keep the rules. I will keep faith with my teammates. I will keep my temper. I will keep myself physically fit. I will keep a stout heart in defeat. I will keep my pride under control and victory. I will keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Thank you, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise? On July 14th, we lost a friend of American Legion baseball with the passing of Stanford General Manager Chris Sabia at the age of 39 to cancer. Chris was a family man, a fierce competitor and coach, a longtime Zone 4 chairman, and a past state baseball committee member. A moment of silence, please, in memory of Chris Sabia. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the recorded voices of the Middletown High School Chamber Choir and the anthem of the United States of America.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early rise what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose brush stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets right there, the lungs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors, that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not gonna lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
All right, hi everybody, and welcome right back here to Palmer Field in Middletown, Connecticut, our back end of 2, here on day 1 of the North Super Regional. In the book, Stamford over Cheshire 5-2 here in the South at Bristol's Muzzy Field, West Hartford 7-2 over Avon. So the winner of this game, Trumbull Cheshire, taking on the winner, actually taking on Stamford, a winner earlier today. The loser will take on Greenwich. So I need to change Cheshire out of there. They're playing now. Put Greenwich in there instead. There we go. That was a well-played game earlier today. Now we get that all straightened out for you. So we're just underway. This is Trumbull to the plate. They play out of Zone 4. Cheshire playing out of Zone 3. We'll go over their records and alike. Segura to the plate. Mike Hickey on the mound, the right-hander for Cheshire, and the ball was pounded high up in the air. Off the grass, taken by Skeena, the second baseman, and on the first, and Nick Sansone for the out. And you have one down. So nice play by Skeena. 4-3 if you like to score back at home. Nice to have you with us. Yeah, Stanford Adam Stone picked up the win. But Greenwich, Eric Minnie hit a 2-run home run. West Hartford, as we mentioned, had a 2-0 lead over Avon. Avon battled back to tie. Then West Hartford went on to win 7-2. I think a couple times in that game, Avon had the bases loaded. Rubius to the plate. The first baseman today for Trumbull. Jack Lynch will hit third, the shortstop. That's Brendan Clark behind the plate catching the balls and strikes for Cheshire. That pitch fouled off as Rubius reaches out to foul it to the screen. Nick Sansone playing first, Skeena at the bag at second. Kabashi is your shortstop, and Patapaglia, that's Ian Patapaglia at third. Connor Davey playing left field, Ryan Strollo in center, Eli Patapaglia, the right fielder defensively for Cheshire. That pitch missed outside. Had a chance to watch Cheshire play 3 times this year, once versus Middletown right here, in a well-played game, and a couple of times during their last playoff series versus Meriden, and they got some terrific pitching to make their way to this point, and that's a strike call. So Hickey off to a good start. His first strikeout. Quickly 2 down here in the top of the first. Jack Lynch, the shortstop, stepping up to the plate.
Batting third, shortstop number 2, Jack Lynch.
So Lynch will step on in. Big swing and a miss. Outfield playing just about straight away. Strollo might be a step or two towards right center field as Hickey looks in for the sign. Clock to set. The target to the inside part of the plate, and the pitch is low and inside. Trumbull posts 141. Jack Lynch graduated from Trumbull High School 2017. Moving on to the next phase of his life. First, he's got some business to do here for Trumbull. Had a moment of silence again for Chris Sabia, the longtime general manager of Stamford. Lost his battle to cancer at the age of 39, and obviously we wish his family the best in these trying times, and all of American Legion baseball family too. Connor Davey will catch the pitch ball out to left as Lynch is retired on a fly, and that is going to do it. 1, 2, 3 in the top of the first goes Trumbull. We'll be back with the bottom half of the first, and Cheshire coming to the plate for the first time. It's all upcoming in just a moment.
The stand is operating.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
All right, right back here at beautiful Palmer Field, Middletown, Connecticut. The sky's rather hazy, perhaps overcast, very hot and humid. Had some sunlight for a while during the Stanford-Greenwich game. And there'll be Ryan Strollo to lead it off. Good, exceptional leadoff guy here for Cheshire. Andrew Loico out of the mound, wearing number 57 for Trumbull. Alec Rosso behind the plate. DeRubius plays a bag at first. Segura at second base. Lynch the shortstop. Texera is the third baseman defensively for Trumbull. Cellini in left. Sochi in center. Chalsky the right fielder. Strollo, Skina, Kabashi the top three hitters in the Cheshire lineup. Middle three is Sansone, Clark, and Davey. Then you have Sia, Battipaglia rounding out the batting order for Cheshire. Here in the bottom of one. That pitch missed outside. The count quickly goes 3-0 to Strollo. Strollo, just a youngster, graduate from Cheshire High in 2019. You know, I was out at Cheshire High School the other day, and not only all the activity around American Legion baseball with a couple of playoff games being played there versus Meriden, but boy, their athletic facility is used by many folks from the town. The tennis courts were filled. Their football stadium hosting some football and lacrosse and some other sports. Absolutely incredible. Count full 3-2 to Strollo. And the pitch to the plate. He'll hit it high up into the air. Left fielder coming on. Cellini will reach up and he'll make the catch for the out. So Strollo retired on a lazy fly ball on a warm Saturday afternoon in midsummer.
Second baseman number 3, Ben Skina.
So Skina steps in. The second baseman has already made an impact today with a nice defensive play. So he's up to the plate. South Windsor has jumped out to a 1-0 lead in their quest to move on in this tournament. Taking on Waterford. South Windsor the third seed, Waterford the second seed. Pitch in there for the strike. Cheshire seated second here in this North Regional. Trumbull seated third. Pitch down low. Greenwich, a top seed, beaten earlier today by Stanford by a score of 5-2. 3 teams from Zone 4 competing. And the pitch over for the strike, the Skeena. Count now level at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, bases empty. 400 feet to straightaway center field here at Muzzy. We got 327 down the line and left, 323 down the line and right. To the alleys, 380 each way. Count full, 3-2. Kabashi in the on-deck circle. Loiko looks in. Full count pitch. Hit up in the air. So she coming on. Center fielder will make the catch. And Skeena retired. You have 2 down. Kabashi stepping in. So Cheshire's going to try to get something going with 2 down now.
Batting third, shortstop number 2, Altrin Kabashi.
Altrin Kabashi graduated from Cheshire 2016, at least where it says for school there. I always don't trust all the information we're given, but there's a pitch over the outside corner for the strike. Good pitch by Loiko. So he's ahead of the batter. He's gotten 2 fly ball outs. Off speed pitch, and there for the strike, quickly 0-2. Outfield playing straight away. Middle infielders are back. And the 0-2 pitch missed outside. Tried to tease him there, and Kabashi laid off. Back here again tomorrow with games at 1 and 4. Monday at 6:30. Tuesday at 6:30. And there's a strike 3 call. And Loiko off to a good start. He got him 1-2-3. We'll be back with the top of 2. Still scoreless between Trumbull and Cheshire.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
All right, welcome right back. Trumbull coming up here in the top of inning number 2 of a scoreless affair. We're just underway. And the catcher, Alex Rosso, stepping in. Rosso, the cleanup hitter for Trumbull. Trumbull finished the regular year at 22-4. Game and a half behind Greenwich at 23-2. Game and a half better than Stanford, who sat at 20-5 during the regular year. So Rosso to step on in, facing the righter Hickey, pitching there for the strike. A couple of pitchers I saw over the last couple of days for Cheshire were real big guys. Threw the ball hard. Mostola was absolutely outstanding in his win. Really shut down a very good Meriden team, who was tied with Cheshire for the zone championship. Cheshire the top seed in the earlier rounds due to their head-to-head record. Count 0-2 hit a Rosso. Pitch missed outside. 0-2 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 pitch missed Adler DeMack was the other guy that won the other day in those middle round games for Cheshire. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Ball is going to be lofted. Shallow center. Could be trouble. Is going to fall in between Strollo, Kabashi, and Skina for a seeing eye base hit for Rosso. So that's a leadoff single for Trumbull. They got one on. Nobody out here at the top of inning number 2.
Batting fifth, center fielder number 27, Tommy Sochi.
So Sochi's going to step up to the plate. He's a center fielder today. Let's see if Trumbull will play some small ball. And the pitch is over for the strike. Wasn't showing bunt at all. Chalsky in the on-deck circle.
How are they different? What are the national rules? Pitch has 120 pitches instead of 105.
Count 0-1. Hickey for Cheshire. That pitch, will break down in the dirt, bounces away from Clark off his chest protector, and also in the second base on a wild pitch.
You know how they got around? To playing 7 games, 7 innings.
Jack McFarland, the head coach of Trumbull.
9 innings. Connecticut wanted to go to these games 7, besides having a tournament this year, 500 teams.
Now they got a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Count 1 ball and 1 strike to Sochi.
So if you go to the national website, Connecticut State Tournament in July.
Hickey in a bit of an early jam. Big swing and a miss.
They're the only ones to take
The count at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
However, national rules.
Not much wind at all here in Middletown at Parliament Field. Feels like it's getting muggier by the moment. Time requested. Going to be a conversation as Clark's going to go out and chat with Michael Hickey and perhaps get on the same page. Sochi, who's at the plate, Anthony, can play a variety of positions on the outfield, center, left, and right. 5'11", 175. Recent graduate of Trumbull High School. Team made up of players from Trumbull High School, Notre Dame of Fairfield, St. Joe's. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Hickey trying to feel comfortable up on the hill. Looks in for the sign from the catcher, Clark. Short lead away by Rosso from the bag at second, and the offering. Hit high near the right. Battipaglia will come on. He'll make the catch, and the inning's first out. So Sochi, a lazy fly out to right, and you have 1 down. Chalsky stepping in. Danny, the right fielder, can also play some shortstop. Recent graduate from Trumbull High School. So Richalski will step in with a runner in scoring position, 1 out. Good chance here for Trumbull to try to jump out to the early advantage. You got the shortstop, Kabashi, shaded a step towards the bag at second. Hickey takes a long look, and the pitch is over for the strike call. Looks like Richalski might have been taken all the way there. Wanted to see a pitch. Left fielder Davey not playing all that deep. Bring you a GoPro view. And the pitch. And that's going to be rolled foul towards the first base dugout. That's the home of Trumbull. Making their camp on the third base side is Cheshire. At historic Parliament Field here in Middletown will be the home for the upcoming Senior Championship Best 2 of 3 series next weekend. We'll have full coverage of that, along with the 17 and under and 15 under championship games. First game of that championship series will be next Friday night at 6:30. And on Saturday at 1 p.m., start, followed by a 4 p.m. game if need be. Richalski to dig back into that right-hander's batter's box. Left-hander's batter's box. What am I looking at? There's a pitch, swing and a miss. I think I've seen too much baseball. Swing and a miss by Richalski. Looks like he swung at that as though he was in the right-hander's batter's box. Only kidding. That's the second strikeout for Hickey in the ball game. And you have 2 down.
Pitcher number
And here comes the
57,
pitcher to the plate.
Andrew Loico.
Loico stepping up to the plate. Loico trying to help his own cause here. Boy, he'd love to go out to the hill with a 1-run lead, wouldn't he? Let's see if he can get the job done against Hickey. Hickey's pitch up high, it overpowered him, and it's driven into foul play. Loico trying to go after that high pitch was turning in on him a bit. Fastball had a little movement on it. Count 0-1. Loico probably protecting his runner there. As the astute young men to our left had mentioned that Lasso is all the way home. Had to go diagonally across the field to get back to that bag at second, so he was probably going. Loico did a good job of getting his bat in the ball and protecting the runner there. 1 ball, 1 strike with a couple out. Hickey works from the belt. Down to short. Should be routine for Kabashi. Indeed it is, and that's going to do it in the inning. 6-3. So 1 hit, 1 left. Back with more. Bottom of 2, still scoreless. Trumbull and Cheshire.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
All right, welcome right back as we continue with our coverage of American Legion baseball. It's been umpteen years now, and I want to thank the folks from Connecticut American Legion Baseball for allowing us to be part of their outstanding presentation of amateur baseball throughout the years. This is Nick Sansone leading it off for Cheshire in the bottom of inning number 2 versus Loico. Loico got him 1, 2, 3 in the first, including his first strikeout of the ball game. Trumbull with a base hit back in the second. That's the only number up on the wall other than a bunch of zeros. And, of course, the count, which is now 2-0. Sansone, Clark, and Davey, the scheduled hitters for Cheshire. Also wants to have a chat with his pitcher, Andrew Loico. That's a short one. Sochi, the center fielder, Ochalski, the right fielder, Cellini, and left. Defensively, all playing just about straight away. Here comes the 2-0. Big swing and a miss. 2 teams from Connecticut American Legion play. We'll move on to the Northeast Regionals here in 2017 to be played out at Holy Cross in Worcester. And the 2-1 pitch, golfed high up into the air. Shortstop will call for it. Look out. He's called off by Cellini, the left fielder, and he'll make the catch. So Lynch had it. Pretty good beat on it. But Cellini probably had the better view, and Sansone retired. 1 out.
Catcher
brings up
6,
Brendan Clark. So Clark, the catcher, will step in. He's a right-handed hitter. Very consistent behind the plate for Cheshire. Connor Davey in the on-deck circle. South Windsor has an early lead out of town. that game early on. Taking on Waterford. Here comes a 1-0 pitch. I would imagine Waterford has the longest trip to get to a ballpark to play. I'll have to look that up. Waterford to Bristol or Greenwich to Middletown, which is longer? 2 balls, 1 strike. Waco looks over the glove. Here comes a 2-1. Hit to the third baseman. And Texera boots it. And it's out in the left field. Boy, that looked routine, and he just didn't handle it. That is going to be E5. And a base runner now for Cheshire. Connor Davies stepping to the plate. This Cheshire team will take advantage of some little errors. Let's see if they do it here. So they got a runner on with 1 out.
Left fielder number 10, Connor Davies.
Davey swats one up in the air, and he'll bloop one in for a base hit. So she chased it down, and there you go. You get the error, and all of a sudden a little blooper, and you got 2 on with 1 out. And Ryan Sear, the designated hitter, to the plate. Reading the Boston Globe the other day, and the name Sear came to mind. State trooper from New Hampshire caught a tuna, almost 700 pounds. Last name was Sear. State trooper Sear. So imagine that. Tuna about 700 pounds. That's pretty big. Pitch fouled off. It was in the 600s, but it was up there in the 6s. But that is a big fish, isn't it, for you folks who have gone tuna fishing in the past? Count quickly 0-1 to Sear. Battapaglia, that's Eli in the on-deck circle. Waco's offering. Got the strike call, and the count goes 0-2. Best chance for Cheshire here in the second. That ball flared to right, and a diving catch for Chomsky. Throw to first, trying to get the double play. And nobody's made a decision yet, and now they call him out. What a catch by Rachalski out in right field. He gambled a little bit. He made the catch, and they got Davey caught out the bag. He's in disbelief. He thought he got back in time, but he didn't. So Sear on a sensational catch. We put a star next to that. Is out. Davey retired 9-3 on the double play. That is a defensive play of this North Super Regional thus far. We'll be back with a top of 3, and we are still scoreless.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
I never realized.
Well, welcome back. Michael Hickey continues to go through his warm-ups. Interesting decision on that play just a moment ago, which turned into a double play after that terrific catch by Rachalski in right field. And the throw to the bag at first. Very slow reaction by the umpires on the field to make the out call. Looked rather close, and I think if you were deliberating a decision, you might give it to the runner in that particular case. It was that close. But anyways, they called him out. Boy, sky's not looking very promising up above at this particular time, do they? They're starting to look a little dark.
Batting eighth.
As we move on here to the top of the third inning. Cellini to step on in. Danny, the left fielder for Trumbull. Hickey on the hill is allowed just a hit. Bunt attempt, charging from third with Battipaglia. The pitch was high, so Cellini backed off. Recorded as a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Cellini. Outfield remains just about straight away. 1-0 pitch. Over for the strike, and the count goes level at 1 ball, 1 strike. Cellini, graduate of Trumbull High School in 2016. Got a light breeze blowing. That's down low. Flag's located beyond the 380 marker in left center field to the right of the Sal Romano Memorial Palmer Field Stadium scoreboard out there. It's now Bill Pomfret Field at Palmer Field Stadium. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. The count goes even at 2-2 to Cellini. Gotta love technology in this GoPro view. Hopefully that pole wasn't in the way of that great catch by Richalski. I can't move that pole. Here comes a 2-2, and that's going to be shot foul into the netting off to our left, protecting the fans. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit. When it's blowing from that direction, it usually means something's coming through Middletown. Through our years of experience being here, not only for American Legion play, but CIC baseball championship games over the year. This is a historic ballpark. Hosted the American Legion World Series a few years back. Jeff Bagwell played on this field for the Middletown American Legion team. He's now in the Hall of Fame, of course. Pitch outside, ball 4, and Cellini with a leadoff walk. So for the second consecutive inning, Trumbull with a leadoff base runner. As the first walk issued by Mike Hickey.
Batting ninth, third baseman number 5, Jake Cheshire.
So Cheshire stepping up to the plate. Cheshire, right-handed hitter. He'll graduate from Trumbull High School in 2018. And the 0-1 pitch is going to be bunted to the backstop as they're trying to push Cellini along.
Yeah, I covered RCP and West Hartford series. They tried Ted Bunch 268. But they're in love with him. They're in love with him.
They'll look the runner back to the bag. Cellini, number 8 hitter in the lineup. At the bag at first, he walked the lead off this third inning. Cheshire at the plate, top of the order. In the on-deck circle, Segura. The runner's going to go. The pitch was outside. The throw on down. They got him. Beautiful throw by Clark. He's tough to run against, and he just zeroed in on Cellini. The tag made by Kabashi, the shortstop, so caught stealing is Cellini. So he's erased. Hickey threw that pitch where it's kind of difficult for Cheshire to get a bat on it. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So we've seen good defense now from both teams. And count level at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cheshire. And the pitch. Caught the outside corner for the strike 3 call. That is the 3rd strikeout of the game for Hickey. Started to mention earlier, Hickey not the biggest pitcher on this pitching staff, but certainly has great location. Mentioned a couple of other guys. Ryan Mostoller, good-sized young man. DeMack is another. Mostola should be ready to go tomorrow, you would think. How do you use your pitching staff in a series like this, or regional like this, when you got to win 2, double elimination tournament, so you got to win, let me see, 1, 2, 3 games. Count 0-1 to Segura. Dustin 0 for 1 with a ground ball out. That pitch to the backstop. No harm, nobody on. Ryan Strollo kicking around some grass in the outfield and center. Flags waving in left center field. And the 1-1. Ground ball. It's up the middle. Kabashi diving play. Comes up gunning. Throws on the first. A stretch by Sansone. And they got him. Oh, that was magnificently done by Kabashi and Sansone. Let's go 6-3 on the putout with a star next to that one. We'll be back with a bottom of 3. It's still a scoreless game. Gotta love the defense.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not gonna lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the
All right, welcome back. And Eli Battipaglia stepping up to the plate. Our live stream, a bit of a delay for us as we witnessed that call a moment ago. And boy, looked like the runner might have been safe going down the line there. It was a tight play. As a Battipaglia base hit up the middle to lead off the third. So Cheshire, for the first time in the ball game, has a luxury of a leadoff base runner. But I guess it all evens out, right? There was a call that went the other way in the bottom of the second.
Batting ninth, third baseman, number 26.
Oh, that was Eli Battipaglia, not Ian. So Eli with the base hit. Ian coming up now. They show bunt. Oh, they had Battipaglia off the bag and kind of slipping to try to gain some traction to get on back, but it was no throw by Rosso. I think if he got it down there, they had him. A good throw had him. Loico. Pitch outside. DeRubius, however, was trying to protect against the bunt, so he had to go back to the bag. So not a good target for Rosso to throw to on that prior play. 1 ball, 1 strike, soft toss on over. Eli gets back to the bag. The 1-1, pitch up high. Cheshire, he's charging from the bag at third. First baseman trying to protect on the first base side. He got the second baseman, Segura. He wheels over to cover the bag. Count 2 balls, 1 strike to Ian. Battipaglia, and the ball's going to squirt away from the catcher. Also finds it, the throw on down, and it hopped past the glove of Lynch. That's going to be ruled a wild pitch, and they still nearly got Battipaglia. So Rosso hustled that throw down, just didn't take the bounce he was hoping for. Very close. So now Eli in position is still showing bunt. That pitch in there for the strike on a high call. And the count goes full at 3-2. When in doubt, call him out. I got a feeling might be the theme of this umpiring staff today. I don't mean it as a knock, but I kind of like it. Get out of here early. Family's meeting for dinner at 7 o'clock tonight. My brother-in-law in town, and hey, if I could make that, I'd be real happy. We got a lot of baseball in front of us, all the way through the Northeast Regional. Here comes a 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and a strikeout of Ian Battipaglia. That is the second strikeout of the ball game for Loico.
Fielder number 15, Ryan Strollo.
So Strollo to the plate. Second inning in a row that Cheshire's put a runner in the scoring position, by the way. Strollo with a fly ball out his first time. He's 0 for 1. And the pitch. Late swing, foul back. Count 0-1. Loico into the windup and the pitch high and outside. Count goes 1 ball and 1 strike. More baseball tomorrow. 1-4. Back again on Monday at 6:30. Late swing fouled off. Line score for Trumbull, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error. For Cheshire, no runs, couple of hits, and no errors. Loico standing tall. 1-2, popped up, foul territory. And again out of play. Out of the reach of the third baseman, Cheshire. Rosso behind the plate. The Rubius at the bag at first. Segura at second. Lynch a shortstop. Teixeira at third. Salini, Sochi, and Orchalski in right. Orchalski has made the defensive gem of the day. Again, that's spoiled off by Strollo. Strollo hanging tough. One ball, 2 strikes, and the offering. And that's going to be blooped up the middle for a base hit. Sochi will charge it. They're going to send a runner around the bag. Battipaglia, here comes the throw. Not in time. Throw to second. They got the runner hung up. That's Strollo. And he's back to the bag. So Strollo's going to get a base hit and an RBI. And then weasel his way out of a rundown. Eli Battipaglia scoring from the bag at second. And Trumbull, I should say Cheshire, jumps out here to the 1-0 lead.
Second baseman, number 3, Ben Skeena.
That's going to bring up Ben Skeena. So you score that rather simply, a single and an RBI, despite the ball being thrown around the diamond. Eloquent work by Jim Bransfield, saying the rest was just entertainment. Skeena today is 0 for 1 with a fly ball out. So Strollo didn't hit it real hard, did he? But he put it at the right spot. And Battipaglia able to race home. Beat the throw. There's a bunt by Skeena. A good one. Rolls in the foul play, and Loico quickly touches it there. Now what are they saying? That it was touched by a Trumbull player? So safe at first right now is Skeena for the time being, or are they going to rule here? And now they're going to rule it a foul ball. So Skeena comes on back. Kabashi handles him the bat. Loico, the 0-2 pitch, and that's dribbled foul. Count in the favor of the pitcher, Andrew Oiko. Stroller with an RBI base hit. Forced to dive on back to the bag at first. That uniform getting dirty. Stanford victorious earlier, 5-2. West Hartford over Avon, 7-2. Ball hit down to Lynch. They get the force, throw to first, the stretch, and they rule safe at first. Skeena. So Skeena reaching on the fielder's choice. 6-4 on the force out at the bag at second for the inning's second out.
Shortstop number 2, Altrin Kabashi.
Altrin Kabashi now stepping on in. He struck out his first time. He's a number 3 hitter in this Cheshire lineup. Cheshire with a run here in the third. Leadoff single by Eli Battipaglia. Scored on the Strollo base hit. That ball hit down the left field line. And on the run and making a diving play is Salini to end the inning. So Kabashi tried to fit it right down the line. Turns into a fly ball out, and that's going to do it. We're through 3 complete. Cheshire, they have the 1-0 lead over Trumbull. We'll be back with more American Legion baseball in a moment.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
I never realized how much the American Legion...
All right, welcome right back as we make our way into the top of inning number 4. Cheshire owning the 1-0 lead with a run in the bottom of the third. 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order. Coming on up here for Trumbull.
Baseman number 8, Ben DeRubius.
So DeRubius will step on in. He was called out on strikes back in the first. Lynch and Rosso to follow against Mike Hickey. Hickey's been stingy. He's only given up 1 base hit here today, and that pitch is in there for the strike call. It was a leadoff single to Rosso back in the second. Hickey working with his outfielders straight away in the outfield. The pitch high and outside. The count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Kabashi, the shortstop, Skeena at the bag at second. Pitch to the plate, fouled straight back. Ian Battipaglia at third. Nick Sansone manning the bag at first. The Hickey 1-2, and that just missed outside. And the count now level at 2 balls and 2 strikes to DeRubius. Hickey looking comfortable now. Here comes a 2-2. Missed outside. The count goes full 3-2. I like the way Hickey wears those socks. You can actually see the colors. The intention of the design on the sock. Red with the black band and then the 2 little white stripes. Fly ball out the right. Eli. Actually, the second, who made that catch? Yeah, Battipaglia made that catch out there. DeRubius is out, 1 out. pole gets in my way too, folks, from our vantage point. This is Jack Lynch with a fly ball out his first time.
Shortstop number 2, Jack Lynch.
Pitch is popped up. Haven't mentioned the condition of the field. It's in beautiful shape. Grounds crew, as always, doing a nice job here in Middletown. Pitch to Lynch. That's fouled off. So the count now 0-2. Hickey's 0-2 pitch up and in. A lot of intensity in that Stanford Greenwich game. Stanford winning 5-2. Oh, cue ball. Battipaglia will charge it. Quick release. Flicked it along, and Lynch is retired 5-3. I've had a chance now, I mentioned earlier, to watch Cheshire now for 3+ games and been impressed with their infield play. Here's Alec Rosso, singled back in the second, has his club's only hit.
Number 24, Alex Rosso.
Moved into scoring position on a wild pitch, was stranded there back in the second. That pitch missed outside. Count 1 ball, no strikes. Base is empty here in the 4th. There's a swing and a miss. Clock behind the plate, catches a strike call, and the count goes 1-2. Michael Hickey. 1-2 pitch, popped up, foul territory. Sansone on the run, and he'll watch it drift into the stands. South Windsor leading Waterford 2-0. That game of the bottom of the 4th. There's a nice play by Sansone. Throw got away from Hickey. They had to reach behind him, and safe at the bag at first is Rosso. Let's see how they rule that. That was a great play by Sansone to go get it. He robbed him of a legitimate hit, and, well, they're going to punish him with an error. They're going to go E3. So the ruling is he had plenty of time. Did Sansone to make the accurate throw.
Number 27, Tony Sochi.
So a 2-out base runner with Sochi stepping up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to the right fielder. Beautiful play by Sansone. Just couldn't complete the deal. The pitch in there for the strike. Count 0-1. Wachowski in the on-deck circle. Hickey looking in for the sign. Here comes a pitch. He wanted a strike call, didn't get it. Real slow curve. Cheshire leads it with a run in the 3rd inning. We're in the 4th now. Pitch down low, nice stop by Clark behind the plate. He's thrown out a base runner today. Count of 2 balls and 1 strike. This game just kind of meandering along. Hickey's pitch fouled straight back towards us. And out of play. Hopefully he can join us tomorrow. Temperature here in Middletown at 86 degrees with clouds above. Light breeze. Pitch missed outside. The count goes full at 3-2. Ball batted foul territory down the third baseline. Weather should be pretty good for us tomorrow. High about 84. Monday, expecting some rain, maybe some thunderstorms. Could play havoc with the weather, or with this regional. Time will tell, of course. That's looking way down the road. Count full, 3-2 here to Sochi. Pitch inside, ball 4, so he misses him. He lost him there. So the error and a walk has put 2 on here for Trumbull in the top of the 4th inning, and it's going to bring Orchalski to the plate, who struck out his first time.
Right fielder number 17, Dan Orchalski.
So Orchalski stepping on in. Hickey will check the runners. Here comes the pitch. Ball hit high up into the air. Strollo jogging on in, will reach up and make the catch, and that little threat will go by the wayside. No runs, no hits. It was an error walk and 2 left on base by Trumbull. We'll be back with a bottom of 4. Cheshire holding on to the 1-0 lead.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service.
All right, welcome right back as we continue with our coverage of American Legion baseball. We'll say that a few times over the next couple of weeks. Nick Sansone to lead it off here for Cheshire. He's 0 for 1. Clark and Davey the follow. Andrew Loico on the mound, and Clark is going to loop one. I should say Sansone's going to loop one in the right field for a base hit. Had an identical type of hit versus Meriden the other day. Just kind of put some topspin and loops it in the right field. So Sansone on. And a leadoff base runner here in the 4th inning. Second time in the ball game. Back in the 3rd, they got the leadoff runner on, Eli Battapaglia, and they got him home on the RBI single by Strollo. Brendan Clark to the plate, reached on an error his first time. So officially 0 for 1 today is Brendan Clark. And the pitch to the plate Fouls straight back. Seen that ball go through the netting in an earlier game here today and come crashing down in the stands. Didn't hurt anybody. Let's see what they do with Sansone here. Throw on over to the bag at first. Rubius, the first baseman. Segura at second. That's Dustin Segura. Jack Lynch, the shortstop. Jake Cheshire at the bag at third. That pitch in for the strike. Throw down on the bag at first. Runner get back. Also showing off a pretty good arm there on that throw to the first baseman, Rubius. And Sansone really had a scurry back. Count 0-2. And the pitch. Bites the outside corner for the strike 3 call, and Clark will go back to the dugout. That is the third strikeout of the ball game for Loico. So Andrew doing his job, and Connor Davey stepping in, the left fielder.
Left fielder number 10, Connor Davey.
Davey with one of the 4 Cheshire hits here today, 1 for 1. Popped it up to the backstop and beyond. Loico again looking in for the sign from Rosso. Outfield straight away, and the pitch hit high in the air. Could be trouble, but on the run is Sochi. Covers a lot of ground, able to make the play. Moving diagonally in towards the infield. Nice catch. 2 down.
Hitter number 17, Ryan Sear.
So Ryan Sear to the plate. Sear was robbed of a base hit by Wachalski's great play in right field. He eventually turned it into a double play when Davey could not scramble back to the bag in time. He was thrown out at first, end of the inning. So he hit it the opposite way, did Sear. One nothing here, Cheshire leading in the bottom of the 4th. Ground ball finds its way through the left side of the infield, and runners will move up a station. So Sansone the second, Sear with his first hit of the ball game. Now you got 2 on and 2 out.
Number 13, Eli Battapaglia.
And Eli Battapaglia now stepping up to the plate. Eli is 1 for 1 with the only run of the game scored. He's got a chance to come up with a key 2-out base hit. Sansone with some pretty good speed out there. Snap throw to the bag at first. They got him. They got Sear. They're going to argue that call a tad, but they got him down at the bag at first. So Rosso came close in a couple. Sear caught stealing. That's going to go 2-3, and that's going to end all the threats in the 4th. We move on to the 5th. Interesting game, I might say.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
So we move on here to the top of the fifth inning. Trumbull coming back to the plate here. Loiko to lead it off. Andrew grounded out his first time 6-3. He's the number 7 hitter in the lineup. The pitcher today for Trumbull has given up just 1 run. Cheshire with a run back on the third. 1 run on 5 hits and an error for Cheshire. And for Trumbull, no runs, 1 hit and 1 error. Loiko, Salini, Cheshire, the scheduled hitters, against Michael Hickey. Hickey has been stingy. He's only given up 1 base hit here in the ball game. That was a leadoff single to Rosso back in the second. Hickey's 1-1 in there for the strike call. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outfield just about straight away. Cheshire's been in that defensive posture most of the game here in the outfield. Outfield is straight away, not much movement going on. Ground ball. And it's going to make its way to the outfield grass. Kabashi took it on the grass there. He never really found his balance. Could not make a throw, and I don't think they're going to get him anyhow. Loiko, obviously, with a base hit.
Left fielder, number 18.
So there's a leadoff base runner, and it brings up Salini. Salini walked back in the third, but was gunned down, caught stealing. So Danny digging in, the left fielder, for this Trumbull squad. Shows bunt, pulls it back. It's ball 1. Ian Battipaglia, the third baseman. He's on the infield grass. Sansone for Cheshire, guiding the runner at first. He's going to charge. Punt out in front of home. Pretty good one. Picked up by the catcher. Clark on the first. And Skeena, who had wheeled over, makes the play. So Loiko into scoring position, and for Salini, the sacrifice bunt. And you have 1 down. Cheshire stepping up to the plate.
Third baseman, number 5, Jake Cheshire.
So Cheshire stepping in. He'll swing from the right side. Potential game-tying runner down at the bag at second, and the pitcher, Andrew Loiko. So Loiko with that short lead away. Hickey would take a good look at him there, and the pitch to the plate is in there for the strike. Only 5 hits between the two teams and 1 run thus far. Together in the on-deck circle. That's a little bloop in the foul territory, and coming on Sansone to make the play. Cheshire, perhaps, excuse me, I didn't mean to hit that. Will pop up in the foul play.
Second baseman, number 1, Dustin Segura.
Brings up Dustin Segura. Segura today is 0 for 2. They got to figure out a way to get Loiko home. Winner of this game will take on Stanford tomorrow at 4, while the loser will have to battle Greenwich. South Windsor's beating Waterford at last report. 3-0 that game into the bottom of the 5th inning. Winner of that game will play West Hartford, who beat Avon earlier 7-2, and of course the loser taking on Avon. Losers bracket games at both locations, Bristol and Middletown, at 1 o'clock tomorrow, 4 o'clock for the winners bracket at theirs. And we'll have them all for you. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and there for the strike. We're trying to get something going here in the 5th. 2 out. Base hit may tie the score. He went after a bad pitch there. Couldn't hold back. Goes down into the dirt. Count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes. Seguera, the leadoff hitter for Trumbull. Trumbull with a great run in Zone 4, finishing in second place. I mean, there's some talent in that zone. 3 of their teams competing in this North Super Regional. Here's the 1-2 pitch upstairs. Of course, Cheshire out of Zone 3. They're in quite a battle with Meriden throughout the year for the zone championship. Dribbled at the plate, foul. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 out and a runner in scoring position. I know the kids from Cheshire were excited that we were there for their series versus Meriden. Two balls, 2 strikes, you count. Michael Hickey, the pitcher on the mound, the right-hander. Long look in, deliberate, fouled off. Seguera stays alive. That game in Bristol has moved on to the top of the 6th. We're in the top of the 5th here. Hickey's pitch to the plate. That's going to be fouled off. Beyond the stands. Count level at 2-2 with 2 down. Boyko with that short lead away from second. The pitch driven down the left field line. That's hit a long way, but foul. Down towards the bullpen and tad beyond. Have not had warm-up activity in either bullpen. Been a long at bat for Dustin Seguera. Fouled off again. Count remains 2-2. It's been quite a battle. That pitch hit in the air. Strollo coming on. He'll make the catch. And that will end the top of the 5th. We're back with the bottom half of 5. And Cheshire holding on to the 1-0 lead over Trumbull. Back with more momentarily on SportingNewsCT.com.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before. And when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
All right, Eli Battapaglia coming to the plate here on the bottom of the 5th inning. Just seems like it's getting muggier by the moment. As we sit here in the press box, Eli Battipaglia scored the game's only run. Leadoff single in the third, eventually scored on the Strollo RBI base hit. Facing Andrew Loico. Pitch in there for the strike count, 1-1 to Battipaglia. Ian Battipaglia in the on-deck circle. A wild pitch put Battipaglia in the scoring position. Let's not forget that. And Strollo delivered with the base hit. Some of the little things you need to do. That's going to be a ball. That was close. Loico's 2-2. Got him. Strikes him out. That is the fourth strikeout of the ball game for Andrew Loico. Brings up Ian Battipaglia. Paglia strikeout victim back in the third.
Ian Battipaglia.
Ian's done a nice job in the field at the bag at third for Cheshire. Shows bunt, pulls it back, pitch outside. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Trumbull, 1 run, 5 hits, and an error for Cheshire. Great pitching performance earlier today by Adam Stone to pick up the win for Stanford. Eric Minnie hit a 2-run home run for Greenwich. That was their highlight of the day. One-two, blown away. Rosso behind the plate. Rubius at the bag at first. You got Dustin Segura at the bag at second. Jack Lynch plays short. Jack Teixeira at the bag at third. Salini, Sochi, and Wachowski in the outfield, and easy work of Ian Battipaglia. So he has struck out both Battapaglias. It brings up Strollo, had the RBI base hit. Back in the third inning, he's 1 for 2 in the afternoon. So Strollo to dig on in. First pitch to Strollo in there for a strike. Ben Skeena in the on-deck circle. Loico working quickly. Pitch missed inside. Hickey, his counterpart, perhaps a little more deliberate out in the mount. You look ahead for Trumbull. They'll begin with their number 2 hitter in the 6th inning. So they got some guys that can hit coming on up to the plate. They're down by a run. And they're going to be coming up in just a moment as Strollo thrown out 4-3. Segura doing the job down at the bag at second. We're back with the top of the 6th. Cheshire holding on to the 1-0 lead.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all,
All right, welcome right on back. DeRubius to lead it off. He's 0 for 2 as we're in the top of the 6th inning. Rubius, Lynch, and Rosso, the hitters. 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order against Mike Hickey. We've mentioned it now a couple of times. He's only given up a couple of hits. A leadoff single in the 5th, leadoff single in the 2nd. Rubius 0 for 2. Lynch, who's on deck, is 0 for 2. And the 0-1 pitch missed outside. Count goes even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Strollo straight away in center. Davey in left. Battipaglia in right. That pitch down low. And the count goes 2 balls, 1 strike. These two teams haven't had to exert much energy today in this one. Had a couple of nice plays. There's a ground ball hit right at Kabashi. That's an easy one for him. On the bag at first, and Rubius has retired 6-3. Brings up Jack Lynch. Lynch today is 0 for 2.
Number 2, Jack Lynch.
So Lynch with a fly ball out in the first, grounded out to the third baseman back in the 4th. He's the number 3 hitter in the lineup. A pitch at the feet, and that got him. He could hear the thud off his shoe. So Lynch hit by pitch down to the bag at first.
Catcher number 24, Alex Rosso.
That's going to bring up Alex Rosso. So Rosso to the plate with a runner on. Trumbull down by a run. And the pitch, that's outside for ball to Rosso. Sochi in the on-deck circle. 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Hickey continues to just work deliberately. Rosso has found a way to get on twice today, has reached via error. That pitch, strike call, and the count goes 1-1. He's also singled. Count of 1 ball, 1 strike, he got an out. Ball hit out to the right fielder and getting a good jump out of Paglia. Throw out of the bag at first. And they got Lynch. He had taken off. He was going to second. And he didn't read the flight of the ball all that well. And that will turn into a double play. So each right fielder now has turned a fly ball into a double play here in this game. All right, we'll be back with the bottom of 6, 1-0. Cheshire, they continue to lead on SportingNewsCT.com.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
All right, Ben Skeena to lead things off, the second baseman for Cheshire here in the bottom of the sixth inning. 7-inning ball game, so Trumbull, you got to really stand strong here in the bottom of the sixth inning, not allow Cheshire to score another. Skeena in the ball game is 0 for 2. He has reached on the fielder's choice. Alton Kabashi, Nick Sansone, the scheduled hitters after that, 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order. Of course, if you lose today, you remain. And that's a little sinking liner right to Jack Lynch. He stabs it. Skeena retired.
Shortstop number 2, Alton Kabashi.
That brings up Kabashi. 0 for 2 today. Has struck out and hit a fly ball out to the left fielder. Andrew Loiko's pitch in there for the strike. Loiko, one bump in the road back in the third. Gave up that leadoff single to Eli Battipaglia. Struck out the next batter, but a wild pitch in that sequence put Eli Battipaglia in the scoring position, then Strollo delivered with an RBI base hit. That's the difference in the ball game right now. Pitch to the plate. They'll go along with some nice fielding plays by both right fielders. I guess that all balances itself out. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. And there's a strikeout of Kabashi. That's strikeout number 6 in the game for Loiko.
First baseman number 5, Nick Sansone.
So Sansone to the plate with 2 down. Sansone 1 for 2 with a base hit back in the 4th inning. A leadoff single. They couldn't push him around, however. He was stranded eventually at the bag at second. Chops one back to the pitcher. Loiko onto the bag at first. Sansone retired 1-3. That was quick. We're back with the top of the 7th inning. And look out for Trumbull. They want to win this one. They got a rally here in the 7th. Sochi, Berchalski, Loiko. The scheduled hitters. We're back with the top of the 7th in just a moment.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
All right, welcome right back as we move on to the top of inning number 7. Tony Sochi to lead it off here against Mike Hickey. I understand Hickey has 16 pitchers left, but I believe he can finish the inning. They don't come out like mid-inning or anything like that. Out of town to update your scoreboard, it is South Windsor in the top of the 7th, leading Waterford by the score of 3-0. If South Windsor holds on, they will take on West Hartford, a 7-2 winner over Avon earlier today. That'll be the 4 o'clock game tomorrow out at Muzzy Field in Bristol. The losers bracket game, Avon and Waterford, if they don't rally, that will take place at 1 o'clock tomorrow. As we're back to the action here, Stanford awaiting the winner of this one. 4 o'clock tomorrow, Greenwich will take on the loser at 1. Michael Hickey looking in for the side.
Number 27, Tony Sochi.
So Sochi going to try to get something going. 1 hit and 6 at-bats between the 3 batters that face Hickey here on the top of the 7th inning. Matter of fact, they only have 2 hits in the ballgame. Count quickly goes 0-1. Hickey not overpowering, but would call him crafty. Good example there. Got it in for the strike call. Shows good location, some nice movement on his pitches. Count is 0-2. That ball hit down to the second baseman. Skeena able to take it on a hot hop. I don't know if he lost his footing or was just leaning into that ball enough to get it, but that's a nice athletic play, and so she has retired one out, 4-3. If you like to score that type of stuff, Wachowski to the plate. He's 0 for 2, made an impact with a beautiful diving play. To help keep it a 1-0 game. That was around the 4th inning or so, just going off memory. So Wachowski stepping up to the plate to face Hickey. Needs, to get on base. They need a base runner desperately. Loiko, who could be the losing pitcher in today's game in the on-deck circle. No runs, 2 hits and an error for Trumbull. For Cheshire, 1 run on 5 hits and 1 error. Errors have not hurt. It was a wild pitch that is perhaps the biggest differential in this ballgame. Set up Cheshire with a runner in scoring position, and Ryan Strollo thus far with the game-winning hit. And that was back in the 3rd. If the score remains the same, of course. Things could change with a swing of the bat. The pitch fouled up. We've had a homer to right here today. Eric Minnie with a 2-run blast for Greenwich. Hickey awaits patiently as Wachowski settles back into that left-hander's batter's box. Fouled it off again. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's talking to Nick Murdo. He is the son of Bob Murdo. Does a great job commandeering the Orange American Legion team out of Zone 2. Always nice to hear from a Murdo. Bob has done so much for American Legion ball, really worked hard. That little cue ball hit foul third base way. He helped make one of the initial introductions years back. South Windsor has added another run. They lead Waterford 4-0. That game into the bottom of the 7th inning now. So they just need to shut down Waterford and they'll move on to the winners bracket, take on West Hartford tomorrow. That game being played at Muzzy Field in Bristol. That pitch, strike 3, call over the inside corner, and Wachowski is bewildered by that strike call. That is the 4th strikeout of the ball game for Hickey.
Andrew Loiko.
So Loiko will come on up to the plate, and he's 1 for 2. Base hit back on the 5th of the infield variety. So Loiko to the plate. Pitch in there for the strike call. Hickey trying to go all the way for the victory here. Trying to make a date with Stanford tomorrow at 4. And the 0-1. Popped up, fouled off. Pitch low and away. So the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Base is empty. Cellini in the on-deck circle. Doesn't mean much if Loiko can't get on base. Hickey's 1-2 pitch down low, and the count goes even at 2-2. Cheshire made a great run to a state championship, a couple years ago now? What year was that? 14 or something? That ball hit on a line. Right to Skeena, makes the catch, and Cheshire moves on to the winner's bracket here with a shutout win. 1-0 victory for Cheshire. 1 run on 5 hits and 1 error. For Trumbull, no runs on 2 hits and 1 error. Mike Hickey goes all the way to pick up the win, firing that 2-hitter. He had 4 strikeouts in the ball game. Outstanding control. He hit a batter and he walked 2. That's about all in that one. The tough luck losers, Andrew Loico going a total of 6 innings full, giving up the 1 run on 5 hits. His wild pitch back in the 3rd put Eli Battapaglia in the scoring position. Game-winning hit in the 3rd, Ryan Strollo. So your final score
Cheshire will play Stamford here at
is Cheshire 1 and Trumbull 0. So we'll see you again tomorrow at 1 o'clock when Trumbull takes on Greenwich. At 4 o'clock, Cheshire and Stamford. Hope you can join us for all the action right here on SportingNewsCT.com. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again tomorrow, hopefully.